All right, there, we're going to start creating our animatics. And for this, we're going to need Photoshop and one of your favorite editing programs. So I'm going to use Premiere Pro. So there's two ways of going about making our animatic. You can free draw, and you could do it on hand with pens and pencils if you wanted to, and then import your images into your canvas. You can free draw in here as well, starting to create your characters. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which is the easiest method, and take a screenshot of the this shot itself, and then trace over it, and then bring that in. So let's do that now. I'm going to just use the snipping tool, and I'm going to go new, click and drag around that shot, copy it, and then I'm going to paste it into my Photoshop canvas. Now the canvas I've created is a 1920 by 1080 resolution. That's done by going File New, and the reason I've done it at 1920 by 1080, where is it, just there, is because we're going to be displaying these animatics on a projected screen for the art show. So we need to make sure that it meets those requirements. So I'm going to hit, I've got my layer selected. I've got this tool up here, the Move tool selected. And I'm going to hit Control plus T, and that's going to enable me to resize this image so it takes up the entire screen. There we are. And so I'm going to make a new layer by clicking this layer button here. I'm going to get a thinnish pen. I'm going to go with the brush tool. I'm going to go up here, change the size down. 18 looks pretty good. And ideally, you want to do this with a tablet, but if you don't have one, a mouse is your next best option. I wouldn't recommend a touchpad, but hey, maybe you're really good at it. And basically, we're just going to block out the main shapes. So what I can see here on Buzz is he's got his dome helmet. It's pretty rough, I know. We've got his noggin. We've got his armor. And so on and so forth. So this is a very cheap and nasty way of creating an animatic, but it is a very quick way, and you can knock these out really quickly. Now, obviously you can tidy this up as well. My pen's probably a bit too thick. My lines aren't very straight. It all depends on how much of a perfectionist you are. For me, this is just getting the point across about how you can make it. For you, it's your own personal preference. Now, I think what's going to be really important here is I get the facial expression right. We've got the outline of his body, that's fine, but I think this is conveying a lot of emotion. So I'm going to use the magnifying tool here and zoom in, and I'm going to take my time with this. So again, I'll go with the brush tool, but this time I'm going to go for maybe even smaller, like a 4 pixel. And I'm going to trace around his eyes, eyebrows. Yeah, again, mouse, not the easiest tool to use. I would recommend that stylus and that tablet if you've got it. It just makes life a whole lot easier. All right. So we can really see Buzz's emotion here. He's really straining against those monkeys that are pulling him apart. All right, here we go. Let's see our creation. Oh, it's hideous. That's okay. It's all right. So let's zoom out again. And there we have our very, very rough Buzz.